Imagine ruling a kingdom at 13, battling both enemies and a debilitating disease. King Baldwin IV of Jerusalem did just that, defying expectations and rewriting medieval history. King Baldwin IV of Jerusalem, also known as the Leper King, was born in 1161 and reigned from 1174 until his death in 1185. Diagnosed with leprosy at age of 9. If you don't know about leprosy, it is a chronic infectious disease which is caused by a type of bacteria called Mycobacterium leprae. The disease affects the skin, the peripheral nerves, mucosa of the upper respiratory tract, and the eyes. Baldwin IV's tutor, William of Tyre, a respected historian and Archbishop of Tyre, observed that Baldwin did not feel pain in his arm during rough play with other boys. This insensitivity to pain led to the diagnosis of leprosy, a debilitating and socially isolating disease. Despite this early diagnosis and the progressive nature of the disease, Baldwin went on to become a capable and courageous ruler, demonstrating significant leadership in the Crusader Kingdom of Jerusalem. Baldwin IV became King of Jerusalem at the age of 13 in 1174 under a series of significant and challenging circumstances. His father, King Amalric I of Jerusalem, died on July 11, 1174, after a reign marked by efforts to expand and stabilize the Crusader Kingdom of Jerusalem. Amalric I's death created an urgent need for a new ruler, as the kingdom was constantly under threat from Muslim forces, particularly those led by Saladin. At the time of his father's death, Baldwin IV was only 13 years old and had already been diagnosed with leprosy, a condition that raised concerns about his ability to rule effectively. Despite his youth and illness, Baldwin was the legitimate heir to the throne, being the son of Amalric I and Agnes of Courtenay. Due to Baldwin's young age, a regency was established to govern the kingdom until he could rule independently. Raymond III of Tripoli, Amalric's cousin and a respected noble, was appointed as the regent. Raymond was chosen for his experience and loyalty to the royal family. The regency was necessary to ensure stability and continuity in leadership during Baldwin's minority. The Leper King faced profound physical and psychological challenges due to his illness, leprosy, which significantly impacted his reign. The progressive nature of leprosy meant that Baldwin's ability to lead armies in battle and engage in physical activities was severely compromised. Despite these limitations, he displayed resilience and determination, often participating in military campaigns and showing bravery in combat. In medieval society, leprosy was associated with fear, misunderstanding, and stigma. Those afflicted often faced social ostracization and discrimination. Baldwin's royal status somewhat shielded him from the worst effects of stigma, but it still impacted his interactions and relationships within the court and society. Growing up with a chronic illness like leprosy inevitably influenced Baldwin's self-perception and identity. He had to reconcile his role as a ruler with his physical limitations, which could have affected his confidence and sense of efficacy as a leader. Despite the physical challenges posed by leprosy, Baldwin often personally led his troops in battle, demonstrating his bravery and commitment to defending Jerusalem. His presence on the battlefield inspired his troops and demonstrated his willingness to share the risks and hardships faced by his soldiers. Baldwin implemented effective defensive strategies to protect the Crusader states from Saladin's continuous campaigns. He fortified key positions such as the castles and strategic cities and organized effective defense mechanisms to withstand sieges and attacks. He earned admiration from his contemporaries for his military leadership despite his physical limitations. His ability to achieve significant victories against superior forces like Saladin's army at Montgisard solidified his reputation as a capable military commander. One of Baldwin IV's most significant military achievements was the Battle of Montgisard against Saladin's forces, the Sultan of Egypt and Syria. Baldwin's army was estimated around 500 knights and 4,000 infantry, while Saladin's army numbered around 26,000. Despite being vastly outnumbered, Baldwin devised a daring strategy. He exploited the rough terrain to divide and surprise Saladin's forces, launching a surprise attack that led to a decisive victory. Baldwin's strategic foresight and ability to adapt to the battlefield conditions showcased his tactical acumen and military leadership. To defend the Crusader Kingdom of Jerusalem from Muslim forces, particularly Saladin, Baldwin implemented strategic measures to fortify the kingdom and forge alliances. He focused on strengthening the fortifications of key cities and castles within the Kingdom of Jerusalem. He ensured that critical locations, such as Jerusalem, Tyre, and Ashkelon, were well defended against potential sieges and attacks. Baldwin IV actively sought alliances with European powers, particularly with other Crusader states and European monarchs. He negotiated military and financial support from European leaders to bolster the defenses of the Crusader Kingdom of Jerusalem. Baldwin engaged in diplomatic negotiations and treaties to secure peace treaties or temporary truces with Saladin and other Muslim leaders. These diplomatic efforts aimed to buy time for the Crusader states to prepare for defensive measures and consolidate their resources. His efforts to fortify the kingdom and strategically use alliances contributed significantly to the defense of Jerusalem and the survival of the Crusader presence in the Holy Land. Baldwin IV's strategic initiatives during his reign underscore his role as a capable and resilient leader who navigated complex political and military landscapes during a turbulent period in Crusader history. His efforts to fortify the kingdom and forge alliances exemplify his commitment to safeguarding the Crusader Kingdom of Jerusalem against external threats. King Baldwin IV of Jerusalem experienced a significant decline in health during his final years, primarily due to the progressive effects of leprosy. He experienced further loss of sensation in his extremities, worsening skin lesions, and increasing deformities, such as the loss of fingers and toes. The progressive nature of leprosy severely impaired Baldwin's mobility and ability to perform basic physical tasks. This included difficulties in walking, riding a horse, or engaging in military activities, which were crucial for a medieval monarch. Baldwin IV passed away on March 16, 1185, at the age of 24, after a reign marked by both military achievements and personal struggles with illness. His death marked a transition in leadership, with his young nephew, Baldwin V, succeeding him briefly before his own premature death. King Baldwin IV of Jerusalem is remembered as a symbol of courage and resilience, embodying the ideals of leadership and determination in the face of formidable challenges. His contributions to the defense of the Crusader Kingdom of Jerusalem and his personal struggle with leprosy continue to inspire admiration and respect in historical memory. King Baldwin IV of Jerusalem, known as the Leper King, exhibited exceptional courage and leadership despite being diagnosed with leprosy at a young age. His reign was marked by strategic fortifications, diplomatic skill, and notable military victories, including the Battle of Montgisard against Saladin. Baldwin's dignified management of leprosy challenged medieval perceptions of the disease. His legacy as a resilient monarch who defended Jerusalem continues to inspire admiration for his determination in the face of physical adversity. Let Baldwin IV's story remind us that true strength and leadership are not defined by physical perfection, but by unwavering resolve and courage in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges. His life teaches us that even the greatest obstacles can be overcome with bravery, strategic thinking, and an unyielding spirit. In our own lives, let us draw inspiration from Baldwin IV and remember that our potential is not limited by our circumstances, but by the extent of our determination and resilience. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more captivating historical stories, please subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and share this video with your friends.